Hello, everyone. I'm James Milan. It's the Town Hall Update, and we are joined, as always, by our town manager, Sandy Pooler, who is here to bring his form of sunshine to our days. Sandy, I'm sure you can live up to that introduction, right?
I'll do my best. Thank you, James. Nice to see
Well,
you.
and you as well. And we do, as usual, have a whole laundry list of stuff to get to. Let's start though with kind of visions of summer coming, et cetera, and brand new playgrounds open in a couple places in town.
Yes, we're very happy to open the Spy Pond playground right next to Spy Pond and the Parmenter playground kind of in East Arlington. They both opened May 1st. They have all new play equipment. We've also added accessibility improvements. So at Spy Pond, there's now a path that was created for walking along from the playground down to the pond itself. At Parmenter, we've added handrails, improved grading, and just to make the playground more accessible. So I'd like to give a shout out to the Parks and Rec Commission and the Recreation Department for all the work they put into this, and to the CPA committee. The CDBG funded this, so did we got some state ARPA money, and I think Representative Garbley got us some money in the state budget. So all in all, it's nice to have the playground open for kids to play.
Absolutely. And, we used to take our kids to the Spy Pond playground in particular for, many years ago, but for a long time. And I got to say, I walked by there recently and it looks great. It looks great. So, all right, summer's coming, as we said. Okay, speaking of which, in some ways, there was also a turf field forum that I doubt almost anybody in town was unaware of recently. So what can you tell us about that?
Well, we had a great forum here in Town Hall last Tuesday, where we had representatives of the Conservation Commission and the Parks and Rec Commission and various experts that they had brought in to talk about turf fields. I think turf fields are an extremely important issue for us to understand. There are environmental concerns, health concerns, recreational concerns all around turf. Town Hall auditorium was packed. It was standing room only, plus people up in the gallery. So we were very glad to see a strong turnout, a lot of good questions answered or asked and answered. I know I learned quite a few things, raised some other questions for me that I've been researching since. I think the most important thing, frankly, that came out of it was a sense that we need to understand how turf fields are made, what sort of materials are used in them, and what choices we have. If there's a proposal for a turf field in town, it has to be analyzed on a case-by-case basis, taking into consideration the site conditions there, whatever scientific data we have about the kind of materials we put in. And I'm very committed to making sure that any kind of turf fields we can move forward with would meet rigorous testing standards. We've done that with the high school field that's going to go in to say it has to meet the same environmental standards that the state of California has put out. While there's a moratorium on turf fields, while I am town manager through July, after that, we'll have to continue to take up the issue. So I think this was a great forum. It's available online on the town website. So if people still have questions, and then we'll be discussing turf fields at town meeting on Monday the 8th.
As you said, town hall was packed. We have had many inquiries here at ACMi for the recordings since then for people who weren't able to be in attendance. So clearly this is an issue that has touched a deep chord in town. And in addition to the town's website, as you said, people can also find it on ACMi's YouTube page. So plenty of opportunity to check in on the forum, and I know that people will. All right, thanks for that. Speaking of forums or fora, there was another one. I'm sorry, there will be another one of great interest to the Arlington public coming up later in May. Can you tell us about that?
So on May 18th, we're going to have a forum on rodent control. I know this time of year, as people are out in their gardens and animals are coming out and walking around more, it is an important thing to understand how to control rodents in your yards. We have an outside facilitator to move us through this. We're really going to talk about the alternative strategies that people can use instead of just poisoning rats. The town has already put a ban on using what's called second generation rodenticides because they stay in the environment and they have a negative effect on predators and the environment in general. So we're going to talk about alternative strategies, things called integrated pest management, non-toxic ways to address rodents and control them. I have to say, in my own house, we've discovered rat holes recently. I called an exterminator, and when I found out that they were going to use second generation rodenticides, I told them I couldn't use them, and now I'm going with different strategies. So important information for people to find out. I urge you to attend that or to watch it online. It will be at 5:30 in the Town Hall Auditorium on May 18th.
Thank you for that. Absolutely, you are right, and thanks for sharing your own story because I am hearing that from friends and neighbors that they are exploring alternatives. So this presentation, I think, is going to be there's going to be a ripe audience for it, no doubt about it. Okay, EcoFest. EcoFest has been going on for a couple of weeks now, and will continue for a little more than a week more. But can you tell us about any events that people can still anticipate around EcoFest?
Well, specifically on May 11th, there's going to be a forum or Electrify Arlington Fair to answer questions about electrification and energy efficiency. So it will feature Electrify Arlington coaches. These are volunteers who will help people understand the pluses and minuses and some of the technology and costs around electrifying your own home. There are a lot of different things that people can do, and having those coaches, I think, are great resources to answer your questions. Also about free home energy assessments, about rebates, how to keep cool this summer, and how to save money. And plus, more information about Arlington Community Electricity, where we buy electricity for town residents, and they can sign up for that and achieve some pretty good savings. For those who like electricity and pizza, there will be pizza there and other refreshments. I would encourage people who are interested in these and other EcoFest issues to go to the town website, arlingtonma.gov/ecofest. There's a lot of great stuff happening.
All right, and we have one last topic that I know of to talk about today, and that is, let's give a shout out to Jeff Chunglo for sure. This guy has done a wonderful job here in town. Tell us about his impending retirement, please.
So Jeff Chunglo is our Veterans Service agent. He is retiring June 1st, and we're going to celebrate him on May 9th from 9:30 to 11.
I think that's May. Is it May 9th? Excuse the interruption. 9th or 19th?
Sorry, 19th is what I meant to say. Thank you. May 19th, 1-9, at the Arlington Community Center on the ground floor. There'll be some light refreshments there. Jeff has just been a pleasure to work with. I've worked with a lot of veterans agents around the state, and Jeff is just one of the best. I think he has done a lot of great work to protect our veterans in town. I think his perspective on veterans in society is very important. And he's brought a whole bunch of programs to town, including organizing flags on graves at the Mount Pleasant Cemetery, the Veterans and Memorial Day ceremonies, the Patriots Day Parade. And most recently, he's really spearheaded the efforts to improve the Veterans Memorial Park right in town center, right next to the fire headquarters. So we want to celebrate Jeff. We are in the process of soliciting a new replacement director. We already have some resumes in, and we're putting a committee together to interview that will include representatives from the veterans community and town staff. So if you want to give a shout out to Jeff, please come May 19th, 9:30 to 11 at the Arlington Community Center.
Hear, hear. Jeff, you have certainly richly earned your retirement, and I hope it is, as have you, by the way, Sandy. And so I hope both of you enjoy the fruits of your labors. You definitely have earned it. All right. Anything that we have missed, Sandy?
I think that's it for today, James. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. I have been speaking with our town manager. He is Sandy Pooler, at least for a couple of more months, and we will enjoy all that time. And we do appreciate Sandy's time, and we appreciate yours as well. Thanks so much for joining us. This has been the Town Hall Update. We'll see you next time.